Hello everybody. Today we have quite an interesting topic to talk about, and I think it's something that'll be more and more in the news in the future, not just for the specific incident, but hopefully we will find a conclusion to this incident, although sometimes these stories sort of just fade into the background with police work and there being, I guess, other more important things to focus on. But we are, of course, talking about the photo posted by a strip club in New Zealand, which was an altered photo of this sort of dominatrix character with the face of our Prime Minister Jacinda Ardern. Now, this photo, it might be something that people just sort of think is quite funny or silly or not very harmful in any sort of way. But the interesting thing is that with the introduction of newer technologies and the ability to create these sort of fake images that look realistic, especially with the rise of deep fakes where people can even create movies where it looks like a completely different person is the one saying and doing things, but it's just their face that has been digitally added to the video and it can look really realistic. So, apart from the issue of whether or not it's very harmful or if it's just a joke or what's going on, it does open up the potential for that particular strip club to be taken to court over it, or for there to be police action. Because although this incident, while it's not really going to be so harmful for Jacinda Ardern, because we all know that she didn't agree to this photo or that she didn't do that, it is in the realm of revenge porn, and it is actually illegal to post a photo of somebody who is nude or semi-nude without their consent, even if it's a doctored image, which this one is. So if you have an image and you decide to alter it to make it look like another person, and then you post it saying that it looks like them, or if your expectation is that people are going to think that it's them, then that is actually a crime. So although the company who put this photo up might not have really thought about the consequences of it, it is in fact an illegal act. And while this one, I doubt that there would be very serious consequences for their actions, it is the start of what I see as a real issue for the future, because everyday people and minor celebrities, they could really have their lives ruined and careers ruined if people decide to make videos of these people who don't really have enough power or a big enough platform to deny or get rid of these images or videos. And these people are going to have to rely a lot more on the help of the police to sort of get their life back on track, because if they see that these videos are being posted of them, if you're a normal everyday person, it's really going to affect you psychologically, because you sort of lose the feeling of having control over your own body and your own image. So if it's going to go to court, then I think what a lot of victims would hope for would be monetary compensation, real justice being given. So, time in prison, or, I mean, honestly, I'm thinking that psychologically, since it's so destructive, that a lot of people, I think, would lose out on work just from feeling super awful. And then obviously if these videos and photos are used in order to get somebody fired from their job, if they are fired, then they would look for compensation for loss of wages as well as compensation for mental distress. So right now I think it's quite up in the air about how the court and the justice system is going to go about charging and punishing these sorts of crimes, because it hasn't really been too big of an issue before, but within the last few years it has become more and more problematic. And although most of the time it's just impacting major celebrities, like we know Emma Watson, she's had people making deep fake porn videos of her. So these people, while they might not seek police justice or legal justice, they are in a position where their lives don't have to revolve around it, and also they already have to deal with a lot of negativity from people who do not like them, who have a lot of negative things to say about them. So they are already in a position where they are learning how to block that sort of stuff out, right? But everyday people or minor celebrities, we don't go about trying to block negativity out because we're not going to be facing it so much. So when we do have negative comments, we do think that, oh, this is something that I actually have to consider. You know, maybe this person actually sees something in me that could be true. But so we don't really have this sort of, I guess, strength to separate ourselves from what's happening online and how the online world is affecting our everyday life. But if we meet people who do want to create these sorts of nude images or videos, that's going to be something that can have such a huge impact, and that could really suck the victim in and keep them in a very distressed state where they don't know how to resolve this, they don't know how to get these videos or photos taken down, and they don't know how their life is going to look like after this. So there's going to be, I think, a lot of desperation, and anybody who does have ill intent, they will have the technologies to be able to do this, and if they so choose, they can spread it, they can send it to colleagues, bosses, friends, family. They can do that and try and destroy this person's life, and they would be quite successful with it. So then everyday people are going to have to go to the police to try and get it sorted out, because it is really going to affect them quite a lot, and they won't be able to just brush it off like the Prime Minister can. You know, she's got people who, you know, PR people who can sort of do the work for her to get rid of these things, or to make complaints on her behalf, and all that sort of thing. But people like you and me, if somebody decides to do that and to try and make us feel really awful, they're going to be quite successful. So then we're going to have to rely on the police and hope that the justice system is going to treat these cases very seriously, and hopefully in some way be able to prevent these incidents from happening by having a strong stance and saying that this is not acceptable, and if you do it, you will be liable for damages and you will be potentially seeing jail time. Your life will be the one that's ruined instead of the person that you have attacked in this way. So I'm going to keep an eye on the story, although I'm a little bit pessimistic. I don't really think that we're going to get a whole lot of information about it going forward, because since the damage against the Prime Minister is very minimal, you know, she has a career that's not going to be destroyed by this, then I just think that it's going to be something that's just going to sort of fade away. But I do hope that we will start to see how it's going to be treated for everyday people like you and me. So that's all for today. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below, and I will see you all next time. Hey door.